All right, everyone, what's going on? Today, we're diving into a case that shook the nation in 2020. The murder of an 11-year-old boy. This one is especially difficult because it involves a horrific betrayal by someone who was supposed to care for him. This happened in the city of Colorado Springs, which is situated at the eastern foot of the Rocky Mountains. This city is popular because it offers many outdoor activities, and it is here that we found the Stauch's family. As of January 2020, 11-year-old Gannon Stauch lived in Colorado Springs with his father, Eugene Albert Stauch, who was always known as Al, Gannon's sister, 8-year-old Lena, his stepmother, Letecia, and her daughter from a previous relationship, Haley Hunt. After a hard divorce with Gannon's biological mother, Landon Bullard, Al Stauch met Letecia in 2014. Even though she was divorced, Landon Bullard still loved her children and would often check on them. Gannon Stauch was full of life and potential. He loved playing video games and had a bright future ahead of him. His father, Al Stauch, works with the national military and often goes away for some duties. On the 25th of January, he was due to undergo a military training trip in Oklahoma. After hugging Gannon and affectionately running his fingers through his hair, Al told his son he loved him and then bid him goodbye. It was only 2 days after his father left that something unusual struck the Stauch's family. Gannon Stauch vanished into thin air. Gannon was reported missing by his stepmother, Letecia Stouch, at 7 in the evening. Letecia's initial reports to the police were inconsistent. She claimed Gannon ran away, then offered a bizarre story about him being with a family friend. But she couldn't give the name of that friend or the address where that friend resides. Letecia tells authorities different versions of events that occurred in the hours before Gannon went missing. At one point, she told authorities that a man entered the residence, raped her, and then later abducted Gannon. She later denied it when authorities asked her to go to a medical examiner to conduct a forensic examination to gather the assailant's DNA. These inconsistencies immediately raised red flags for law enforcement. As soon as Gannon's father found out that Gannon was missing, he was frantic and rushed back to Colorado on the 28th, which is the next day after Gannon went missing. Letecia went to pick him up from the airport. He was devastated and tried his best to try and find his own child as soon as possible. Hours turn into a day, and then a day turns into 2, and then 3. On the third day, January the 30th, Gannon's disappearance is now classified as a missing and endangered persons case. A massive search effort began, with volunteers and officers scouring the area for any sign of Gannon. Social media became a platform for spreading missing person posters and uniting in hope for his safe return. As days turned into weeks, the lack of answers intensified community's fear. Letecia's behavior during this time only fueled suspicion. Her outward indifference contrasted sharply with the desperation felt by everyone else. A neighbor who was curious as to what happened on the day of the disappearance had decided to look through CCTV footage captured by his home camera overseeing the Stauch's family home. He saw Gannon and his stepmom getting into a red pickup truck Monday morning at 10:13 a.m. He looked sick, and he walked slowly. When she returns at 2:20 p.m., Gannon is never seen leaving the truck, but it was believed he did leave the truck with her. Many comments and social media accuse Letecia Stouch of being responsible for the disappearance of the child. And she responded to these online comments vilifying her in an interview with the local news. "I took care of Gannon for the last 2 years in our home. I would never, ever hurt this child. And I know there are some questions out there. That's up to the investigations when they end up letting you guys know, but I've cooperated with them. We are going to find Gannon, and that's the main goal that we all have. I'm just ready for Gannon to come home." On March the 2nd, Letecia was arrested. Although his body was not found yet, authorities have enough evidence to arrest her and deem her a suspect. It was not until about 2 months later, since the day Gannon went missing, on March 17, that something turned up. But something shattered all hopes. A horrific discovery was made by a group of construction workers. Gannon's remains were found in a suitcase under a bridge in Florida. This grim discovery confirmed the darkest fears. Gannon wasn't missing. He was murdered. The investigation that followed revealed a horrifying truth. Letecia had ended Gannon's life in their own home. Evidence showed that she had taken Gannon's life in his own bedroom in the evening when his sister Lena was at school and his stepsister Haley was at work. Bloodstains were found in Gannon's bedroom, and his mattress was blood-soaked. The details are too disturbing to share, but the act itself speaks volumes about the potential for evil. Letecia, entrusted with a child's safety, had violated that trust in the most horrific way. But what drove Letecia to kill an innocent child? Letecia's motive for murdering Gannon remains unclear and shrouded in darkness. Prosecutors argued that Letecia acted out of hatred for Gannon and a desire to hurt her husband Al, who was away on deployment at the time. Evidence presented at trial included Letecia's internet searches, like "I don't like my stepson," and research into moving trucks and living arrangements in Florida. This suggested she planned to leave her husband after harming Gannon. She was also resentful at the fact that she was left to take care of Landon Bullard's children by herself when their father was away, who, in her mind, were not her responsibility. She also hated Landon Bullard and was jealous of her. Letecia's defense offered a different explanation. They claimed she suffered from a mental disorder stemming from childhood abuse and that she killed Gannon during a psychotic break. However, experts concluded she was sane at the time of the crime. Letecia pleaded not guilty, but the evidence against her was overwhelming. The trial brought the chilling reality to light. Gannon's father gave a heartbreaking testimony, and even Letecia's own daughter provided damning evidence. In the end, justice prevailed, though it was a hollow victory. Letecia Stouch was sentenced to life in prison without parole. The Gannon Stauch case serves as a stark reminder that danger can lurk in the places you least expect it. It's a call to be vigilant, to trust your gut, and to speak up if something feels wrong. Gannon's memory deserves to be honored by ensuring his story is told, advocating for child safety, and staying alert in our communities. With that note, I end this case. Thanks for watching, guys, and subscribe for more videos in this channel.